is the leader of the Nasty Nation, a.k.a. that man, Nasty Leader himself, the mayor of Pound Town, the house in the game. And you listen, wait. Listen. You listening to Fight Guys, and that's Nasty Leader approved. Now listen to the podcast, or don't be a rat bastard.
Try to contain it, okay? I know it's funny.
Hall of Famer, yeah.
The greatest heavy metal band in the world, Steel Panther.
Did you get that? That was my sigh. I was sighing.
And you are going to find a rusty nail, and you're going to slit your wrist, and you're going to kill yourself. That's where you're going, Jack. You need to lighten up.
This is Stone Cold Steve Austin, right?
Yeah.
When he's driving, and you cut him off at an intersection.
Yeah.
Okay. What?
You gotta do some shrooms or something.
Have you ever seen the Attitude Adjustment? That's a move.
I'm scared because I was actually talking about the voices that I hear in my head, and I now realize we were talking about Randy Orton.
I remember when Chris Benoit killed his family and then hung himself from the weight machine. Let's do that in a match at WrestleMania.
Listen up, turn it up and rock it out. Party on, I wanna hear you scream and shout. This is real, as real as it gets. I came to your town to get some fucking respect. Taking it back to a hardcore level. You better be ready, put your pedal to the metal. Taking it back to a hardcore level. Better be ready, put your pedal to the metal. Go! Whoa, I never give in. Whoa, I never give up. Whoa, I never give in. I just wanna be loved. Whoa, I never give in. Whoa, I never give up. Whoa, I never give in. I just wanna be loved.
I am Jack Peterson. I am Ajax. I'm Mr. Clean. I'm the Corona guy. I'm Quarantine Man. I'm Kelvin Scarpelli. And I am joined every single week by the man across the internet.
I'm Phil. I'm Prince Havoc. I'm not Carvin Scopelli, but I have my
almost
dog
got it
here. Yeah, I almost got it right. I have my dog here, and I'm Mr. Predictions. Actually, I was kind of not Mr. Predictions this past NXT, but you know, whatever.
It's true, and we'll talk about that. I actually finally got a fucking win. Like, I can get anything right now. I got a win, and your dog agrees with me right now. If you're on the video podcast, which you should be because it's on YouTube for free, absolutely free. All you gotta do is hit that red subscribe button, turn notifications on. That's what you do on the YouTube. But look, I won a pay-per-view predictions match, and this has never happened before. You've won 4 in a row since we started the prediction game, and I finally took one. I actually not only won, but I swept you. I got every single match on the card right. So, I mean, what do you have to say for yourself, Mr. Fake Predictions? Hello?
Well, my dog was telling me something that she wanted to say.
I see, okay.
She wanted to say that you suck, and you won the prediction game for a B+ brand, so it doesn't matter.
And you are clearly a B+ player when it comes to these predictions. As Sebi says so eloquently in the chat, the streak is over. Phil is now officially defeated in a prediction game for
Not
individual
really.
pay-per-view.
I made it to 25 points, and you're still behind me. I'm still winning.
I'm just trying to take
Honestly,
what I can
it's
get.
embarrassing that you can win almost the whole pay-per-view, yet not pass me.
Well, it would have been impossible because the pay-per-view was only 5 matches long. Well, it was 6 matches long. We only picked 5 matches because they didn't announce the 6-woman tag until later in the week. Even if I had gotten 6 points here, I wouldn't have been able to pass you because you were, you know, like 7 points ahead of me or something. And you did end up getting actually 2 points in this pay-per-view. You weren't totally defeated because there were 2 that we agreed on, so you got points for those anyway. And
So you got 3 points.
I got 5 points total.
Well, I mean, over me, you got 3 points.
Yeah, 3-0.
Whoop-de-doo.
3-0 though. It's not like it was 3-1, 3-2. It's 3-0. Out of the 3 that we disagreed on, you got none of them. So I'm gonna keep rubbing that in your face until I can't anymore.
I'm winning, but I'm winning.
Okay, look, technically, I gotta admit, you have been the first one of us to make it to 25 points, this lofty elusive
And I'm gonna keep
barrier.
rubbing that in your face.
That's fair. Honestly, that's fair. But
There's-
here's what we haven't decided yet. We haven't decided what exactly is going to happen because of that. We
know.
talked about it several episodes ago. I think it was our first live episode, maybe our second, where we talked about what would happen if one of us got to 25 points first. And at that time, it was a lot more even. It could be either one of us. And as the pay-per-views went on, it became very clear that it was going to be Phil and only Phil. But
Yeah.
you did make it not only to 25 points, you made it to 26 points. To my 20, let me
Say
check
it louder.
this right here. You have 26 points and I have 22 points. So
Yep.
I did definitely narrow the gap, even though you passed.
You're doing
25.
bad.
Look, this is going to continue happening. We today are going to be picking Backlash.
You're doing bad, yeah.
not that. We're going to continue competing for points, and the next barricade, the next checkpoint is 50, right? And I'm very confident that using my superior wrestling knowledge that I haven't displayed yet so far, I will be able to pass you and reach 50 before you do, just
There's
because I
no
didn't get
way.
to 25.
Honestly, the only reason I did bad on NXT is because I was not fully keeping up with it.
Right.
Just saying, you're gonna see for Backlash. Come on,
Well,
I'm
just to
gonna
give
get
you-
everything right.
Just to give you everybody a quick rundown of what happened, with the two that we agreed on that we both got a point, or we both got 2 points total for, were Killer Cross over Tommaso Ciampa and Finn Balor over Damian Priest. We both agreed on those, so we got points for that. And that's what put Phil over the top because he was at 24 points before this pay-per-view. And the other three matches that we picked, I picked Keith Lee correctly over Phil's Johnny Gargano. I picked Io Shirai over Phil's Rhea Ripley. And I picked Adam Cole over Phil's Velveteen Dream. So I got 5 and he got 2 on this pay-per-view, which I'm just going to keep repeating, by the way.
At the beginning of all the matches, I was like, "Oh my god, they're gonna lose." Like I just felt it. I just knew it.
Yeah, you were texting me.
Because seeing the beginning promo packages and everything, it was just like, "Oh my god!" Just me thinking about wrestling and me being Mr. Predictions. I already knew, but you can't go back and change it, so it's okay.
The
It's
beginning,
whatever. I'll give it to you. You needed this.
I guess I did, yeah. The beginning promo package might as well have said Phil is going to lose the predictions in huge letters the entire time. And that's what I was thinking in my head. That's what I was thinking a week before when we picked this pay-per-view. That Phil is going to fucking lose. And guess what? You did. But that's not the point. What did you think of TakeOver? Give us a quick rundown. I thought it was pretty great. There were some points I didn't like, but I thought it was mostly great.
I thought it was amazing. It was very great. Oh my god, dude! That I didn't see the tag match, by the way.
Yeah.
The one that we didn't predict, I didn't see. I don't know if it was any good. You said it was good though.
It was very good, yeah.
I assume it's good. Damian Priest and Finn Balor. Oh my god, we were talking before this pay-per-view. The show before, we were like, "Oh, we don't care. But Jesus, did they deliver? They delivered so big. That bump, my cane fell. My cane fell again. That bump that Damian Priest took on the stairs. Oh my god, his back is broken.
I don't know how he took that bump without fucking snapping in half, because he's such a tall, lanky guy. It feels like his spine makes up more of his body percentage than anybody else's. He could have just snapped straight in half on the edge of that thing. He did not land flat. I think he wanted to land flat on his back on the flat part of the stairs. He landed on the side.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Well, we don't know. I mean, that looks like a Shawn Michaels injury to me.
Yeah,
He went over the coffin.
Shawn Michaels, I watched the match recently where Shawn Michaels broke his back, actually, and he barely clips the casket that he goes over on. You can barely see that he connects with it. It looks like it's just a thing where, oh, my back's going to hurt a little bit after the match, but he had to retire for 4 years after that specific injury. So that's pretty insane. And if that happened to Shawn Michaels, then Damian Priest, I mean...
Yeah. No, but Shawn Michaels had... I was actually just watching a shoot interview about it. He already had back problems.
Yeah.
Before that match anyway. So that just didn't help at all. Like, something bursted, I think, in his back.
Like a vertebrae, yeah.
Yeah. It was bad.
I guess it was...
And he had a match after that.
He had his match with Austin, that's true. It wasn't... He looked like he was in pain during that match, though, which I also watched that match recently. As anybody knows, if they've been keeping up, I've been binge-watching the Attitude Era. And I've, in the last few weeks, I think I've watched a good 4 months worth of content.
Not bad.
Of not only WWF, but WCW and ECW as well. I'm absolutely addicted. It's getting good right now, and WCW is getting pretty shitty. I'm in April '98, which is past WrestleMania. And basically, Shawn Michaels is visibly, injured from the point that he had that match with Undertaker on. And that sucks, and that specific bump ended up being the straw that broke Shawn Michaels' back. And it's unfortunate, but that's how it went, and it might happen that way for Damian Priest, but I feel like he's healthy, he's in shape, I think he'll probably be fine.
Yeah, he's fine. He's good. Don't worry about it.
And Sebi says in the chat that Shawn Michaels had issues backstage, and he thinks that the injury was not as bad as it was portrayed in order to glance over his drug issues, which is a great point, because that happened before when he lost his smile, when he faked the knee injury to get out of losing to Bret Hart. And which is pretty funny if you go back and watch it, because he's completely like, he says a couple times, I think, something like, this is like a legitimate injury. Like he says that. He's like, this is an injury that's legitimate. And it's very clearly not from the beginning. And they play a whole video package with a song, and it's very emotional. But anybody who has been following wrestling and knows now that that was a fake injury can just look back on that and fucking laugh. It's hilarious. But
I lost my smile. That's the greatest thing ever. That's so funny.
It's hilarious. It's
oh
so
my
funny.
God, his face is just priceless.
Yeah.
I love that.
And he sold it really well, because he's always been a good person at selling, at acting in the ring. So of course he was going to be able to fake an actual injury to get out of a match.
He's that man.
He's that man. I got to say, the only match in the entire show that I didn't like was because I thought, I mean, Cross versus Ciampa, I didn't particularly like. It wasn't a match I was like, oh wow, this is great, because it was basically a squash match. But it was interesting. You know, I like to see what's going to happen next with that storyline. But like every other match besides that, I thought was great, except Adam Cole versus Velveteen Dream. And I told you going into this match that I didn't think it was going to be a good match, because they had a match on NXT TV that I thought was bad. And I think Velveteen Dream has been a little off since he came back from injury. I put him on bottom 5 several weeks ago, and I maintain he should be in my bottom 5, because I've not liked him.
No,
but did you like
it was
this
a good
background
match.
match?
I mean, it wasn't the best out of all the like crazy like non-ring. Well, not ring. What would you say?
Like
how
a
would you call it?
cinematic
What would
match.
you? Yeah, out of all the cinematic matches, it wasn't the best one.
Right.
But it wasn't bad. It was kind of short though. I feel like
It was kind of short. The one thing
But I liked it.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was cool. Like him getting put through the freaking, what do you call it? The windshield, and then cutting his arm.
I like that, yeah.
And then the rest of them coming and like in the car and jumping him. That was pretty cool.
I love when Dexter
like
Lumis put the Undisputed Era in the back of his trunk. I don't know
the
how he fit
trunk.
them all in there.
Yeah,
And
I don't know.
What I
Those are
really
like
want to know
grown
is
men.
where he's taking them.
I want to know what car that is and how it has such a big trunk.
Yeah, exactly. He should have showed up in an unmarked white van, though. I think that would have been a little bit better.
Unmarked. Oh yeah, kidnapping van. Yeah.
Because he did kidnap
One of the
them.
ones with the one with the van with the circle window on the back that's just completely blacked out.
Yeah, with the free candy scrawled and graffiti on the side. You know,
Yeah.
the whole 9 yards.
Actually, they should have had like Velveteen Dream's nude right there
On the side of
the side of the truck.
They really should have. They should have had it like Velveteen Dream's pants. They should have had it airbrushed with Velveteen Dream's nude, and all in big letters, what school do you go to on the other side?
Yeah.
And I think that would have been a lot better, and that would have saved the match for me, to be honest.
Yeah. You
But,
know what they should do? They should make a they should make a promotion with just all sex offenders that are wrestlers.
They absolutely should. James Ellsworth, Velveteen Dream.
Rude Boy Riley.
Oh, Rude Boy Riley, absolutely. Who else is there? There's some... I read recently there was a WCW jobber who kept sex slaves. So he could go in there. I think he's
Really?
still alive. Yeah. I believe... I might be wrong about this, but I think his name is Hardbody Harrison.
Hardbody
WCW jobber.
Harrison.
Yeah, great name. And I'm sure his body wasn't the only thing that was hard once he got those sex slaves in the right place.
Okay.
But, you know, that's some weird, shady shit that nobody really talks about, I guess because he
Yeah.
wasn't a very well-known wrestler. But they should absolutely make a sex offender promotion, absolutely. And Sebi
Include DJ Hyde in there. Oh my god.
I was going to say, Sebi in the chat
What
says
did he
include
do?
DJ Hyde. Well,
He's a sex
maybe
offender?
he's talking
He's
about
a he's a cop
CZW,
caller.
the CZW DVD controversy, potentially.
Wait, what controversy?
Oh,
What am I
Pat
missing?
Patterson, good point, Sebi. But the DVD controversy where he sold the rights to the CZW DVDs to like a porn company, and they published women's wrestling compilations with titles that sounded like porn movies.
That's hilarious.
It's funny.
Shout out to DJ Hyde.
I would hate him if
He's
I
my
were a female
favorite
wrestler. who
My
was on the
favorite
DVD,
promoter. What is he? What is DJ Hyde? A owner or a wrestler? I don't know. A guy? A
He
cop
wrestles
caller?
sometimes. I think he wrestled. He only.
He's a
owns-
pig.
He's exactly. Yeah. I think he only owns like part of CZW now. I don't think he owns the whole thing anymore because he sold like shares to various people. But and that's how it should be. But so anyway, we should move on to Backlash.
For the record, I still like CZW, even though people don't. I still like CZW. Just putting it out there.
You don't watch CZW?
CZW is TNA. It's like the way people view TNA in like 2011 is what CZW is now.
Yeah.
And I love that. I loved 2011 TNA. Oh my god, dude, Immortal, Jeff Hardy, Ric Flair, freaking Hulk Hogan.
Oh, garbage.
Oh my god.
Not as bad as like
Good
a
time.
Claire Lynch storyline or like a Garrett Bischoff storyline or like an Aces and Eights, but Immortal.
Aces
not
and
the
Eights,
best
that was
work.
amazing.
Oh come on.
Dude, you're telling me you didn't go crazy when Bully Ray was revealed as the leader?
No, of course
Aces and
not,
Eights?
because it's half of a tag team, and
Oh
the
my
other
God,
members
that
were
was so
fucking.
cool.
The other members were what? Luke Gallows.
Do you have like emotions? Are you human?
Like
I don't
I
understand.
honestly have never cared about, except for what they did during the Attitude Era. I've never cared about the Dudley Boys.
Well, I actually like Bully Ray a lot. That feud with
came-
Jeff Hardy, I loved it.
I see. I think I didn't watch a lot of TNA at the time, but as far as what I've seen from Bully Ray and the Dudleys in general from ECW, I didn't like them in ECW, and that's probably a hot take. But everything I've seen of them
Oh my god!
in ECW,
Everything you say is a hot take.
apparently. But
God.
look, I didn't like them in ECW. I thought they were great in WWE until they split up. And TNA, from what I've seen, I'm not a fan of. And from Bully Ray's Ring of Honor stuff, since in the last couple of years, was part of what made me stop watching Ring of Honor. So I'm not a fan of Bully Ray, and I'm not a fan of a lot of what the Dudleys have done. I actually think I prefer Devon.
You're only saying that because it's a a movement right now. That's the only reason. You're saying
Oh
that.
yeah, no. Devon Lives Matter. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
That's not at all what I'm.
Well, what's
trying
his
to say.
what's his it was Reverend Devon. That was his name, right?
Reverend? He was. What
What's
was
it?
he? Brother Devon.
Was it?
Right? Brother Devon.
What's it? I don't remember. It was one of those. Well, he's in SmackDown. Like the only time that Devon is in a wrestling video game is SmackDown. Shut Your Mouth.
Oh really?
And he
They
has
just got rid of him.
the whole thing,
Right.
whatever you call it, the white collar.
With Batista coming out as his collection plate carrier.
What do you think about Batista? You probably hate him. You probably dislike him.
See, okay, I like Batista as a person, and I like him as an actor too. I like, of course, in like Guardians of the Galaxy and stuff. I like him
Yeah, he's
as a
great.
wrestler. I think he has a lot of great matches, and I think a lot of his matches and his moments and stuff like that from like Ruthless Aggression era are underrated and kind of forgotten about. Like he's had some great matches with like Cena and Undertaker, and I remember watching some good matches he had with CM Punk of all people. So he's an Edge and Triple H. He's had some really great matches that people kind of forget about. But if I had to pick, like, if I had to rank,
I haven't forgotten.
if I had to rank every wrestler from my childhood in terms of how much I liked them, Batista would definitely be in the bottom half. Because I just never have really cared about Batista. Like compared to some other wrestlers, he's not a guy who I would root for to be champion or whatever.
Okay.
But I don't mind him.
Okay. You don't.
We should move on to Backlash. We have a lot of stuff to get to in this episode. Coming up later, I should just tell you right off the
This
bat.
is gonna be the greatest episode ever.
The main event of this episode, if you will, is our dream card. Phil and I have both put together dream wrestling cards. We have 5 matches on each card, like an NXT TakeOver would have, and we have them a specific order for them. We have specific stipulations. We have everything planned out, even down to the finish, the way the match ends. We have it all written down here. We are ready to go with this. Our dream card, our dream matches. It's going to be pretty insane. I got to say, at least from my perspective, from the stuff I have written, it's going to be wild. But before that, we have to get to Backlash.
It's gonna be pretty crazy. I'm very curious to see what you're gonna say.
And same
honestly,
here.
you know what we should do? We should have everyone vote. Pick 3 matches from our card, 3 matches from your card, and then combine that together. Now that's the ultimate dream card.
Absolutely.
That's the dream.
I think what we should do, though, maybe I'll put it on a poll on Instagram. Maybe I'll just poll the chat, people who are watching live now or whatever. But I think we should have somebody vote, or the fans vote, on which card is better. I think we should in some way have that and be able to say that next week who got the most votes. But first we have to get to Backlash, and I know it's a chore. We have to get out of the way for this prediction game. And before I get to that,
I'm ready for. I'm actually really looking forward to Backlash.
I mean, it could be okay. But before I get to that, I have to say, I think I mentioned this earlier and ended up going off on a tangent because I forgot what I was talking about. But we need to know what you want to be our either prize or punishment for the fact that Phil got to 25 points before me. either I get some sort of punishment, like I don't know, I have to eat hot hot Doritos or whatever, or like or he gets some sort of prize. I'm just saying like a typical like what people would usually use in that sort of situation. Or Phil gets a prize of some kind. I don't know exactly what we'll do, and that's why I'm throwing it out to the crowd. So if you have any ideas, throw them in the chat now, or DM us on Instagram or Twitter later, or whatever. Somehow get them to our ears, and we will take all of them into consideration, and we'll have an idea by next week of what's going to happen. And there will obviously be another punishment or prize or whatever for 50 points, and so on.
Yeah.
But Backlash, this will count for the points. Although we'll count towards 50.
I'm gonna win.
Although you're already at 25. So
I've been watching every episode of wrestling.
Me too.
Okay.
I do watch every episode. I watch every week.
Wait, did you watch Raw last night?
Yeah, of course.
Oh god, I loved it. Dude, when Seth came to the freaking announce table, and then they showed Ray looking at Seth, you son of a bitch. Oh my god, I love that. Oh god,
it was a good Raw. It was a good Raw. And I'm looking forward to Backlash on a basis that I think a lot of these matches could be quite good, but I don't really care.
Shout out to the Iconics.
Right?
Freaking tag team champions right now.
They really should be, and maybe they will be this Sunday.
I hope.
But
they're the best.
We have a bunch of matches that could be pretty great, although a lot of them I don't really care about the results that much. Like I think I know who's going to win most of these matches, or I feel like it's pretty cut and dry with a lot of these matches, and in general, I don't really care who wins them either. But it could be an interesting pay-per-view. It's a typical like Backlash. Backlash is always kind of a pay-per-view that's just like whatever. But I hate you.
Go watch Chikara or something.
I've never seen Chikara in my life. I think we should start. That's a lie. Actually, I've seen Chikara before, but I didn't like it that much. We should.
They have a video game.
They do have a video game. Yeah. You can have like a 10-way match in that. Apparently, I feel like we should get that.
We should.
Let's open with the WWE title. Drew McIntyre, Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley has MVP in his corner, I guess, or maybe Lana in his corner. There's a lot of stuff circulating him. I like this storyline a lot, actually. I never thought I would be interested in a storyline with these characters, but I like it.
Right, MVP and Drew McIntyre, and Bobby Lashley.
Yeah,
but it's like like you wouldn't have thought that would be good.
Yeah, or on even.
I remember I was talking trash about it, like Bobby Lashley, yeah. But I actually really do enjoy it, and I like everything MVP's doing too.
And I remember a match they had in TNA, I think in like 2016 or 17. One of the last TNA things I watched because I was at a point when I stopped watching TNA. But I remember them having a really great match at I think it was a Slammiversary. So this could absolutely be a surprisingly good match. So, who do you have though? Who's winning this match?
Oh, I got Drew McIntyre.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
My boy.
Too. It's not hard to pick this match. I think it's like, we picked him against Seth Rollins. You picked him against Lesnar. But he's definitely not losing this title. Probably not until SummerSlam or something. But yeah, he's been a pretty decent champion. I had him on my bottom 5 after he won the title, but he's no longer. If we made that list again right now, he would not be on there. I like Drew McIntyre right now, but yeah, McIntyre will win.
Yeah. I love McIntyre. I can't wait for him to win. I like that whole thing that you did last night. The countdown. And it was like, oh, you either take this kick or I'm going to find you backstage and beat you up, and then you're going to take this kick.
Yeah. No,
I was like, whoa, what's going to happen? And Bobby Lashley came out. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was some stone cold shit. Kind of.
The headbutt, the kiss.
Glasgow
oh
kiss.
My God.
Yeah.
I loved Raw, honestly. But next match.
So yeah, we have a match here where the storyline's been kind of controversial to a lot of people online, but I don't have a problem with it.
Okay.
Jeff Hardy versus Sheamus. They had the whole drunk angle. Obviously, Jeff Hardy was framed, but I think it's pretty clear that he thinks Sheamus set him up to look like he got drunk and crashed a car. But yeah. I think it's very clear that it's not actually Sheamus who did it, right? It's like a swerve thing. But they're having a match over it, and they've been feuding probably like since WrestleMania. So who's winning this? Jeff Hardy got a win over Sheamus in the Intercontinental title tournament. So does Sheamus get his win back or what?
God, it's hard. It's very hard because he did get that win.
Yeah.
I really want to go with Jeff Hardy, honestly.
Yeah.
Honestly, it might be a pick where it's like I'm emotionally picking, and I'm picking the person who I want to win,
right?
Rather than who would actually win. And speaking of emotional picking, speaking of being an emotional, let's talk about Cody Garbrandt coming back, not being an emotional fighter anymore. motherfucker. He said, boom, right at the buzzer. Killed him. Oh my God, I love Cody Garbrandt. That's all I wanted. If he lost that fight, he probably would have been fired because that would have been a fourth straight loss. But no, he was training with Mark Henry, dude, and he weaved that punch. He said, boom, he came back. He had his eyes on him the whole time. Came back. Boom, right at the buzzer. Fucking got knocked out. Oh my God. And shout out to Shane O'Malley.
So
That
Jeff
was a
Hardy
beautiful-
versus Sheamus.
No, hold
Jeff
on,
Hardy
hold
and
on, hold on.
Sheamus.
Shut up, Jack. UFC was amazing, and for some reason you didn't want to watch it
Yeah.
because you don't like things.
I don't like
But
any of those fighters. I'm
my
sorry.
God. How do you not like Shane O'Malley?
I don't want to have this argument right now because it's not something that
did
wrestling
a
fans are
uppercut
interested in.
feint. Boom. He had to say, oh, he's gonna do an uppercut. Let me block it. Nope. Boom. He got fucking knocked out. How is that not awesome? How is Shane O'Malley not awesome? How do you not like Cody Garbrandt? You know what? Whatever. I'm gonna calm down now because I would really love to punch you and knock you out the way Shane O'Malley knocked that dude out.
I'm sure you
But
would.
we're talking about Backlash.
Yeah, we're not talking about the fake shit. So Jeff Hardy versus Sheamus. Who wins?
Oh my God.
Who wins? I love the silence right now. People on the.
Jeff
Are you
Hardy.
giving me?
I'm just gonna do it. Jeff Hardy.
Je-
Whatever. I'm
okay,
just
all
gonna
right.
say
See,
it.
I was gonna try to like turn that into something because you were sitting there. But
Just gonna say it.
all right, you think
gonna-
Jeff Hardy? I'm going to pick Sheamus.
He's not gonna win. Jeff Hardy's not gonna win, but I'm gonna pick him.
All right, fair enough. I'm picking Sheamus then, and this could be my comeback. So then we have Asuka versus Nia Jax. This feels like a match that they kind of go back to whenever they don't really know what to do with Asuka. This is like her first pay-per-view defense. They did this with in NXT. This was like her first defense when she won the NXT Women's title.
Yeah.
It was against Nia Jax, and this match has happened before. They've been fine matches. Nia Jax has been injuring Kairi Sane every fucking chance she gets, and is what it is. What do you think?
I got Asuka winning that.
Yeah,
I don't think Nia's gonna win.
yeah, no chance.
Dude, did you see last night when she was like, and then Charlotte was like, "You take anything seriously?" Smack the shit out of her. Oh my God, that
I
was
love
so
that.
cool.
I love that.
And
yeah.
their match last night, so good.
That was good.
Oh my God, my mic, so good.
Your sound just absolutely blew out, but yeah,
Yeah,
I
know.
thought that was good. And the match absolutely on Sunday could be good, but I really just don't care, to be honest.
Wow. You know who else is good?
What?
Amanda Nunes.
Oh, come on. So up next, we have another match that I kind of don't care that much about either, but it's a United States Championship match. It's Apollo Crews against the former champion Andrade. Who you got?
Okay, well, last night, I want to say last night, I was really disappointed that Andrade won.
Right.
Out of the three people in the match, I didn't want him to win. Because it was like he was already champion, but
Right.
whatever.
I'd prefer Kevin Owens easily.
Yeah. Or Angel Garza. He's really good too.
Yeah.
I would like to see him champion.
Sure.
But something's gonna happen. There's gonna be a divide between the two. I'm predicting it. But the match, it's very hard. I don't think Andrade's gonna win it back. I don't. I think Apollo Crews is gonna win.
And I hate to...
You know what? I think Angel Garza is gonna interfere and try to help him, but
cost
it's gonna
him.
backfire. Yeah, and it's gonna cost him the title.
Or could this be a ruse this whole time? They've done this stuff like this before. Could it be that they were fake fighting, and then
True.
Angel Garza comes in and helps Andrade win the title?
Well, you mean they were wrestling?
Yeah, exactly. But could it be that they were playing us?
Yeah.
But you think that's not the case? You think it's Apollo Crews?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be Apollo Crews.
All right.
I do.
You know what? I'm just going to go with that too because I think it's a little too risky to pick the hot shotting of the belt. I think I don't know. It's not worth it to try to lose another point against you. So
Yeah.
I'll go with that.
not worth
The
it.
Universal Championship, Braun Strowman versus John Morrison and The Miz. Surprisingly, even though I don't like any of these guys at the moment, I have liked
They're
this
absolutely
storyline.
insane.
I like the feud. But,
Dude, it was so funny when they were in the car and you
yeah, I like that
had the
too.
protein
Why didn't they
shake
just drive away,
blow
though?
up on. I know. That's how I want to know. Why
Or
didn't
hit
they
him
drive
with the
away?
car.
Oh no, the keys. Something about the keys. Didn't Morrison say the keys were somewhere?
Did he? I bet that was
Yeah,
improvised. I bet nobody at WWE thought of how they were, like, why
Right?
they wouldn't drive away, and he just goes, oh, the car won't turn on.
Yeah.
But,
Oh my God, that was so funny.
Oh, yeah, the valet had the keys. You're right. He did say that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this match is happening. I don't like when major titles are defended in handicap matches. I've never liked that idea.
I'm interested.
And also, it mostly doesn't end up with the guys who have the advantage winning. It's just like a weird thing where it's like we're
Like
gonna
cool.
get these what?
Like cool.
There was that. There was Sami Zayn and his group winning the Intercontinental title,
Yeah.
which actually was against Braun Strowman too. But they didn't all win the title and share it. Sami Zayn just basically like cheated his group out of getting it and then got stripped of the title anyway. But so I think Strowman wins this, and again I just don't see the point in this handicap situation.
It's hard. I really want Miz and Morrison to win, but I think Strowman's gonna win it.
Fair enough. I think I would love to see Miz and Morrison win it. I think they could do some really interesting stuff with that. But
Totally.
it won't happen.
Have one side play say hey hey, have the other one say ho ho.
That would actually be pretty cool. I like that. I like that. We have another title match. We have the new SmackDown, or not SmackDown, Women's Tag Team Champions. There we go.
There you go.
Sasha and Bayley. They're defending against the former champions, Bliss and Nikki Cross. And they're defending also against the Iconics in a three-way. So who's taking this?
That's so hard.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make an emotional pick again.
Really?
I'm gonna go with Iconics. I love them.
You know what? I was about to say that. I'm doing the same thing.
Yeah.
I want the Iconics to win, and because they won at WrestleMania last time when Sasha and Bayley were champions, then I could see that happening. But just because you said that, I'm going to keep things interesting. I'm going to say my gut reaction, my gut feeling is that Sasha and Bayley retain. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my gut feeling too.
But I would love to pick the Iconics. If you were to switch your pick, I would go to the Iconics because I could go either one, and I just want to, keep it interesting. Because who knows?
Yeah. I need the Iconics to win. They're so cool.
They're the best. They're the best. I love the Iconics. So okay, the next two matches I have here are actually matches that they're not scheduled to happen at Backlash, but I think they will. And the only reason I'm including these is because I feel like since we do this show on a Tuesday, we tape it on a Tuesday. It's there's a few days before the pay-per-view where they could add matches. There's a SmackDown also where they could add matches, and I'm going to start with. I just want to say, do you think Street Profits versus Viking Raiders will happen? Because they've come to a tie during this stupid Olympics game thing, and it's like what, like 10 versus, or like I think it's like 10 and 10 in terms of their points or something. So of course they'll schedule it. They'll break the tie in a wrestling match, right? But I don't know if that happens here. If it
I don't
does,
think it's gonna happen here.
You don't think so?
No, because it's a Raw thing. They would have said it last night.
I would think, but they could put it on the pre-show.
Nah, that's an important match. That should be the greatest match ever.
That should be the main event. All right, so we won't pick that one because it could happen or it could not. But there's one
I don't know who I would pick though. But I'm saying this right now. Everything that they're doing, all these little sporting events, are absolutely hilarious, and they make little stupid jokes that just knock my socks off and make me go ha ha ha, and I love it. I don't
you
know.
Laugh exactly like that in your room.
I do, and I don't know how you don't.
I don't love it. I just don't. But we can agree to disagree. We've talked about this before. I think it's shit, but whatever. We have the other match that I think actually definitely will happen at the pay-per-view is they have AJ Styles versus Daniel Bryan, these finals of the Intercontinental title tournament. That's scheduled for SmackDown this week. But I think probably what will happen, because it's like 2 days before the pay-per-view, I think what will happen is that it'll be like a non-finish, and they'll end up just being like, okay, we'll do the match at the pay-per-view. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And even if it doesn't happen at pay-per-view at all, I think it's still worth picking like for a point. So if it, clean finish on SmackDown. So who's winning this title?
I don't know. It's hard.
Okay, well, you got to pick somebody.
I'm gonna go with AJ Styles.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
I think I am.
I'm gonna go with Bryan. Although I picked Bryan last time at WrestleMania, and he let me down. And there's always a chance. There's always a chance like Drew Gulak could come out and like cost Bryan, turn on him.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
I can see that happening, but I'll go with Bryan. I like this tournament so far, but I think I don't know. I think they shouldn't have stripped Sami Zayn for the title in the first place.
I agree.
The main event, I assume, is what they're calling the greatest match ever.
Oh my god.
Edge versus Randy Orton, right? So, I mean, it's tough because, first of all, do you think this will actually be the greatest match ever?
I don't know what. How would it be the greatest match ever?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what are they possibly gonna do in a singles match to make it the greatest match ever? Like, they're extremely talented wrestlers, yeah, but like, no, it's not gonna be the greatest match ever. And dude, I hate the song that they have
Yeah.
for it. Like, it's so dumb. Like,
Panic
it's like,
at the Disco bullshit. Yeah.
oh my god, it gets me so mad. I didn't even know it was Panic at the Disco.
I think it's their cover of that song from The Greatest Showman. That was
I don't
like,
even know what that is.
it's some movie from a couple years ago. But I don't understand
Sucks.
why that's the theme song. It's not a wrestling song. Whatever. Doesn't matter. This match is happening.
Also, it should be called the greatest match of all time, not the greatest match ever.
Right.
I don't know. That kind of bugs me too. But
yeah,
whatever.
I can.
Who am I?
Maybe it's I don't know. Maybe it's some way of. Maybe there's a reason why they say ever. Maybe that's like some
Even when
weird code word. You know what I mean? Maybe they're gonna
Even when
swerve
the
you.
Cold word.
I don't mean
Yeah.
that it's like ever means something different, but I mean maybe there's a reason they're calling it that and not the greatest match of all time, so they can say greatest match ever as like a tagline and not have to actually say every single time they talk about the greatest matches ever that this was the greatest match of all time. You know what I mean?
Maybe, yeah.
Like we had the greatest match ever between Edge and Randy Orton, but on an unrelated note, the actual greatest match of all time is Shawn Michaels versus Undertaker or something. You know?
Yeah, true.
But
That's what I look at it. I'm just annoyed. I don't know. And dude, even when when that whatever her name is said it, she's like, "This is gonna be the greatest match ever." I'm like, "Ew, why'd you say that?" Like,
So
say
bad.
this is the greatest match of all time. Like, that just sounds way better. Oh my god.
That's what annoys you about
Oh
it,
my
not the fact that they're trying to make you believe that a Randy Orton match is going to be the greatest ever.
That too. But you know what? I'm just gonna buy into it because I'm a wrestling fan, and instead of me crying about it, I'm just gonna say, you know what? It's gonna be the greatest match ever, and I can go to sleep at night.
Fair enough. Who's going to win this match, though? Because I originally thought maybe it would be like a swerve where Randy Orton, ends it in a DQ instantly because he's an asshole and it's supposed to be the greatest match ever, and then it actually isn't. But it's probably going to be the main event of the show because it's all they're talking about with this thing. So
Yeah,
might
dude.
actually-
When they promote Backlash, they only show the greatest match ever, and then in little font Backlash. Like, come on.
Right, exactly. The greatest match ever. But, Sebi says in the chat, the match will be a dud on purpose, RKO, then pin in 10 seconds. That could absolutely happen. I would hate it, but it could happen. And honestly, there's probably a really good chance that that's exactly what happens.
Yeah, there's a big chance.
Do you think that does happen, or does Edge win?
I don't know. I feel like that could happen. I really feel like that could happen. But what they do, I don't know. So originally I was saying Randy Orton was gonna win, but now like I don't know. After the Peep Show and stuff, I'm like, Edge might win.
He might.
Like the way Christian was. Oh my god, that was so awkward too. The whole Peep Show.
I liked it.
I found it so like the way Christian was just talking to him. I was like, wow, that's crazy. But then we saw why he was talking to him like that.
Right.
It was like awkward for a second.
I can see that.
Yeah, but God, I'm just gonna go Edge. I'm just gonna go with Edge, man.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I was gonna go with Orton just to say maybe this could happen, like the swerve sort of angle, but it's tough.
Great show.
I feel like I remember that. I think. Okay, so I've heard that from somebody. I mean, it's just a rumor, obviously, but I've heard from somebody who was apparently at the taping. They taped Backlash already, like a couple days ago, and I heard that this match is really long. They taped it, and it's actually a long match. That it's not a 10-second ending. But
It's gonna be 60 minutes.
it could be. They could go a full. And honestly, if there's any time for Randy Orton to try in his life to actually try to have a good match, it's now because they're calling it a.
He has good matches.
He has, but recently especially, he like phones it in.
I've enjoyed him.
Fair enough. But if he wants to have a great match, this is the perfect time to do it. So it could very well be a really good match. I hope it is.
It could be the greatest match ever.
Definitely not. I'm going to say, I'm just going to go Edge as well. I don't want to lose a point on this. We don't disagree on that many of these matches, to be honest. But that's okay. We disagree on, let's see, we disagree on Sheamus Hardy, we disagree on the women's tag, and we disagree on Bryan Styles. So, okay, 3 matches we disagree on.
Bryan Styles. That should be
fine.
my wrestling name.
Bryan Styles. That's such a E-Fed name. So,
Right? It really is.
it's time to move on, speaking of E-Feds, sort of, to our dream cards. We've both wrote up a 5-match card of matches we would love to see in a specific format that's scheduled so that it would seem like a real card. And I'm very excited to hear what you have on your list.
So how are we doing this? Are we doing? How are we gonna say this? Am I gonna read my matches and you read your matches? Then I just read the finishes, then you read the finishes. How are we doing this?
I think we should do it as if we were doing a top 5. Like we should do it back and forth.
Okay,
So,
let's do it like that.
Yeah, so I'm going to say, I think you should start, you do your opening match, and then I'll do my opening match, and we'll go back and forth.
Okay. Okay, let's see. Fun fact, I didn't list it in match order.
Oh, really?
But I'll do it right now, yeah.
It's fine.
I think we should... It's very hard, but the most important matches of a card are the opening and the main event.
Exactly.
So with that logic, I'm gonna open it with dream match number 1.
Okay.
Nick Mondo versus Minoru Suzuki in a death match.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
why Minoru Suzuki as opposed to like a Joey Janela or something?
Well, Minoru Suzuki's just he's very interesting, and he's so stiff and so just absolutely insane.
Yeah.
And it would be really interesting to see him versus Nick Mondo in like 03 or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, Minoru Suzuki in yes, Sebby, Minoru Suzuki in a death match. It's a freaking dream card.
He's had death matches.
Yeah, he's had death match. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
So
a
I
crazy
love that.
dude. But yeah, I feel like prime Nick Mondo versus Minoru Suzuki. Oh my god, that would be a crazy match.
I would love to see that. And when you go Minoru Suzuki from right now?
That was another. I think I would say today's Suzuki.
Yeah.
I would
okay.
say 2010's Suzuki.
Sure. So like maybe from 5 years ago or something like that. Because right now, I mean, honestly, he hasn't really lost it. He still got it.
Yeah, he really does.
He does, but
it's pretty amazing.
I feel like he was probably just more limber and better like 5 years ago or so.
Yeah.
Just because he's kind of old. But yeah. So how does your match end? Because we wrote out finishes here for all of our matches.
All right, so listen to this.
Okay.
So they're in the chair, right?
Right.
So they're in the middle of the ring. The ring is like covered in glass, you know? They're in the chair. They're doing that old freaking spot where like the two people in the chair and you go punch for punch.
Right.
Boom, boom. And then it's like every 5th punch or every 3rd punch is a shoot punch.
Oh,
it's
okay.
like that. Yeah. Because, it's Minoru Suzuki.
Sure.
Then Minoru gets so mad that he takes a gusset plate, right? And smacks Nick Mondo across the face with it. So the gusset plate, boom, it's stuck in his face, right?
Ooh.
It's dangling there, right? And then he kicks it. He kicks him in the face. Boom. And the gusset plate just like rips his cheek, right?
Oh.
Now Nick Mondo could take this. He took a freaking weed whacker, dude. So he could take anything. Then after that, he turns around. Minoru gets a bottle of hairspray and like a lighter, and then he does like a hairspray fireball on his back, right on his back, right? Okay. What's up with that? And then Minoru Suzuki gets super cocky, starts talking to the crowd, blah 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 blah, and then Mondo does a Frankensteiner into a bundle of light tubes.
Oh, okay. Wait,
So
is this the entire match or is this just the finish?
No, this is the ending. This is the finish.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Then after that, they fight to the scaffold. It's kind of a long ending, but whatever.
Sure, yeah. I did this with some of my matches too.
Yeah, and then they get to the top of the scaffold, and set up in the ring is a freaking television, like a big ass television, like 4K television, right?
Like the one that Dean Ambrose tried to hit Bray Wyatt with.
Yeah, that type of deal, but like really big.
Right.
Like some like expensive living room type of television, wrapped in barbed wire and on 2 chairs, sitting on 2 chairs.
Sure.
Now Mondo does that move that he does, boom, off the scaffold onto that, and then the chairs fly up into the air, hit Nick Mondo on the head, and knocks him out cold to lay on top of Minoru Suzuki to get the 3 count and win.
Damn.
Yeah.
That is a hell of a match.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Man. I don't have
That's
any.
it. That's only the opening match, man.
Oh yeah, no,
Crowd's pumped.
it makes sense to be an opening match too, because it's like you get the crowd realizing this is what this card is going to be about.
Yeah, dude. And then you know what happens after that? Nick Mondo wins, and then freaking he's knocked out cold, right? And Sandman comes and he pours beer on his face to revive him, and then the crowd goes crazy.
And they have beers together and they smash them against their faces. Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
the whole deal. Yeah.
Now I'm taking that from Outlaw because Outlaw did that, and like Sandman came out like the beginning of the show, and the crowd was hot the whole night after that.
But he didn't revive Nick Mondo.
No, he didn't revive Nick Mondo, but he came out and poured beer, and
Oh yeah, that's always a good way to get the crowd hype. I got to say too, before I move on to my opening match, I noticed that there's a lot of wrestlers who I've left off my card who probably should be on there.
Oh, totally, same, dude.
Like for example, 2 out of my top 5 who I listed in the first episode. If you haven't heard that, of course, go back and watch it. It's one of our better episodes, I think. But back in our very first episode, I listed my top 5 wrestlers of all time. Yeah. 2 out of 5 of those guys are not even on this card. And
let me see how many are in mine. I think only one of my top 5. No, 2 of my top 5s are in it.
Damn. Okay.
That's it.
See, I've got 3 out of 5.
An honorable mention, just something I thought would be pretty cool. Shane Strickland versus Eddie Guerrero in like '98.
That sounds dope. Yeah.
That would be pretty cool.
That would be incredible. Yeah. I love that.
Or JT Dunn and Eddie Guerrero. That would be pretty cool.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah.
Huh. But so the 2 notable people who I realized I left off my card are John Cena, because I know you don't like John Cena as much as I do, but I love him.
Oh, God.
And Chris Jericho is not on my card.
Yeah, Jericho's not on mine either.
Weird.
Jericho is not on mine.
He's our number
Seth is
one
not on
ever.
mine.
Yeah.
Edge is not on mine. Yeah.
I think maybe it's because I like Jericho more for his promos and his character than his matches.
No, I actually really do like his matches.
Oh, of course.
Like, remember his match with Kenny was like on my top 10.
Right, but I mean more. I mean, I think I like his promos and his character stuff more than I do like his matches.
Yeah.
So that's probably why he didn't end up on my
list. Well, even WCW?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, his WCW,
I love those matches.
Yeah, but those promos.
He was a god. Yeah. But I don't know. I feel like he was like the total package of WCW.
Right.
He still kind of is in my eyes. Like, I'm never letting go, but yeah.
Fair enough. My first match, I think this will appeal to you a lot. This seems like a match you would have on your card. And you might even have a similar match later on. We'll see. My first match, I open with a 3 Stages of Hell match. Okay? And
yes!
It's not only a 3 Stages of Hell, it's a 3 Stages of Hell tag team match.
Nice.
And I have the Hardy Boyz versus Edge and Christian.
Oh my god.
So obviously this is a match that's happened several times over. But this would be to settle the score once and for all. Who's the better tag team, period.
Nice.
And because of that, it's going to be pretty fucking brutal. So the 3 stages, this is I set up a whole rule scheme here. The 3 stages. So basically there is a chest, like a treasure chest, right? It has the tag team titles inside.
Right.
And it's above well, I'll tell you what it's above when we get to that, but it's on top of, it's like hanging from the rafters at first, right? And basically to open that chest, you need 2 keys. So the first 2 falls, the first one's a ladder match, the second one's a TLC match.
Okay.
Each one of those, the prize, instead of a title hanging above the ring, is one of the keys. So if you win the first 2 falls, you get both keys and you can instantly open the chest because you're tag team champions. But if both guys win the key, then they have to settle their beef and have to, fight each other in order to open the chest in an asylum match.
Ooh,
Ambrose Asylum,
nice.
Which I think this is a match that a lot of people do not give the credit it deserves. Ambrose versus
That's
Jericho
true.
from 2016.
That's true.
Boy. That is a classic. And,
that is.
Yeah, and so the Asylum match has never been used since then. But it's similar to, like, they did something like it with Johnny Gargano and Adam Cole last summer, right, with their 3 Stages of Hell match they had. And the final fall was basically the Asylum thing with the weapons above the cage and everything. So that's what this would be. Basically, this is what we got. So the ladder match. I set up 3 finishes. I did a finish for every fall. So the ladder match. So, okay, if you can picture this. We have 2 ladders. Okay, we have a ladder set up basically on each side of the ring. And there's a table between them at the top. Just like if you remember back to WrestleMania 2000.
Yeah.
The way Edge and Christian won that match was by putting the table between them. So Edge and Christian set up that table. They put it up there. Assuming, because they won their match like that before, this would, lead them to victory. So they set that up earlier in the match, and there's also a ladder that was set up at one point on the right side of the ring between the ladder rungs and the ropes, right? You know how they do that
Okay.
sometimes.
Yeah.
So you have a ladder there. So all guys, at the end of this fall, all 4 guys climb to the top, and they're all on the table fighting each other.
Okay, cool.
And Jeff Hardy gets knocked out at one point. He's still up there. And Edge and Christian decide, we're going to double team Matt. So they beat him up. And then Christian hits the kill switch off the ladder through the straddling ladder, and it breaks in half, right?
Oh, nice. Okay.
But see, they made
beautiful.
a miscalculation here, Edge and Christian, because they're
Okay.
heels in this scenario, like the late 90s. And what they didn't realize, this is, by the way, I'm using physics in my wrestling math, okay? In my wrestling math.
Wow, look at you.
Yeah. So what they don't realize
Nice.
is when they came off there and when they hit the ladder on that's straddling them, the force of that pushed the ladder on the right out. So the table, that started to lean to the right, and the table fell through. So Edge, who's up there, falls off the table.
Oh my God, that's
And
nice.
because of the force of that, it pulls the ladder on the left towards the right, which Jeff is on that side. So since he's on that ladder, he basically gets swung towards the key, and
I can imagine it. That's beautiful. I can imagine it. Oh,
Right?
yes.
I was like on a tear. I was typing this up. I was like, holy shit, this is going to be incredible. So the Hardy Boys get the first key.
Yeah.
Then we have a TLC match. So we have, again, this might have just happened like directly after that last spot, because we have 2 ladders in the ring again, and we also have a table. Might be the same table because it fell down. It's now leaning against the ropes on the left side of the ring, right? The table's like set up against the ropes. But the 2 ladders are, one of them is right below the key, and the other one is again like closer to the ropes on the right side. So Christian and Jeff Hardy, they're fighting on top of the ladder, and they're both trying to grab the key. And Matt Hardy comes in. Edge is like knocked out on the outside, on the right side of the ring. So Matt comes in. He's all beat up, and he's like, he's tired and everything. But he pushes the ladder over, and he didn't really realize, but Jeff was on the ladder. He saw Christian push the ladder over. So now Jeff and Christian are both hanging from the key. They're hanging there like you do in a ladder match. Since they're both hanging there, Matt like he's all beat up, so he slumps against the table that's leaning against the ropes there. Then Edge comes in. He climbs up the ladder that's on the right side of the ring. He knows exactly what he's doing here. He comes up, he climbs up to the top, and he jumps off, and he does the spot from WrestleMania 17, right, where he spears Jeff.
Yeah.
And he specifically angles it so he doesn't get Christian. He
Okay.
spears Jeff off the key.
Nice.
Not only does he spear him, but he spears him downward so that they land on Matt, who's slumped against the table, and they all go through the table.
Oh my God.
And because Christian is now alone up there, he unhooks the key and drops.
Oh yes, that's beautiful.
So,
I can imagine it.
Yeah. So since each team won a fall, now neither one of them can unlock the chest, and so they have to fight each other. Basically, pinfall or submission only.
Okay.
In the asylum. So they're fighting for a while, right? And they basically just go to war, beat the shit out of each other right, for a while. And to prevent either team from actually trying to escape for whatever reason, there's like tables set up all around the cage.
Okay.
So like not only is there barbed wire on the top, but there's tables all around there. So
okay, nice.
They're all fighting on top of the cage, trying to avoid stepping in the barbed wire, but they're all fighting up there. And Edge and Jeff, while fighting each other, end up falling off the cage through the tables on the outside. So they're basically eliminated. And
Gone.
Matt and Christian, they're the lesser members of each team. They're basically like they get their moment to shine here. They beat each other up. They're fighting. Matt grabs a kendo stick, beats the shit out of Christian, and he's like, "Okay, this is it." He hooks him for the twist of fate, grabs his head, spins around. But as he spins around, Christian grabs his arms, then spins the opposite way, and then jumps. Kill switch from the top of the cage to the middle of the ring.
My God.
And maybe there could be like a flaming table in the ring or something to escalate it, but you don't really need it. Maybe you do to break the fall, honestly, because that seems like it would fucking hurt, especially for Christian. But they land, and Christian pins him, and Edge and Christian are the tag team champions of whatever universe I've created here.
Oh my God, that is insane.
Yeah, that's.
I love that.
That's the tag team.
3 stages of hell. Yeah, that is the match. Oh man.
So what do you have next?
So
What's
good.
on the second?
So who should be second?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what would be the main event.
Yeah.
I think that shouldn't even be the main event. I think that should be the main event.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Nobody can see what you're talking about.
It's so hard.
Mhm.
Okay. Let's go with the second match would be this. Kenny Omega and Hangman Page
my
versus Hardy Boys 99.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
No, I like
In
it.
a no DQ tornado tag.
Naturally.
Yeah, naturally. Now,
Has to
Kenny Omega and Hangman, they have candlesticks, right?
Right.
Okay. So what happened? Wait. Hold on. I'm like slow.
What happened? So
Oh yeah, okay.
Kenny
So
Omega.
yeah. So they have candlesticks,
Mhm.
and then okay. So they have candlesticks, right? Boom.
Right.
Matt and Jeff right here. Kenny and Hangman right here. Boom. They get double super kicked. The Hardys double super kick Edge. I mean not the Hardys double super kick Kenny and Hangman, and then like they come back. They try to swing it, and then they reverse it. The Hardy Boys reverse it into a side effect.
Okay.
Boom. Double side effect. They drop the candlesticks, right?
Yeah.
Now, now Jeff is on the left side of the ring, and Kenny Omega's on the left side as well, down, and Jeff is gonna go for a swanton bomb. Now Hangman Page is on the right side of the ring, and Matt is on the top rope, and he's gonna go for a leg drop. Now they go for that leg drop, but both Kenny and Hangman roll out of it, right?
Okay.
And then they run. They run like across, so like Hangman's running to the left, Kenny's running to the right, and they run. Kenny does a V trigger, Hangman does a clothesline,
Ooh.
right?
Is it like
Boom.
that double one that they did against the Young Bucks? It's like the clothesline from
it's-
the back.
It's individual. It's
Okay.
individual.
Sure.
Like Hangman is running to Jeff because he failed from the Swanton Bomb. So as Jeff gets up, Hangman does a clothesline, and as Matt gets up, Kenny does a V trigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And then what's his name? It ends up being like this. Kenny Omega does You Can't Escape to Jeff Hardy.
Yeah.
And then Matt Hardy throws a freaking trash can into Hangman Page.
Uh-huh.
And he could bleed. He could be busted open like when Jiminy Cricket got busted open in Always Sunny in Philadelphia when they had their wrestling match.
Mhm.
Then Matt does a twist of fate to Kenny, and now Kenny's on the table, right? And now Jeff goes on a ladder. There's a ladder there.
There's a ladder. Okay. There's a ladder. Sure.
Yeah. So imagine Kenny is right there on the table. He's laying on the table. Jeff's on the ladder. He jumps off and does a splash. Not a swanton bomb. He goes for a splash. And as he's doing the splash, Kenny is on the table, jumps up from the table, and does a V trigger to Jeff Hardy in midair. So Jeff jumps off the ladder,
Jesus.
falling down. Boom, V trigger.
Right.
Right off.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty wild, right?
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
and then
Do these guys like get hurt? Are they selling anything?
oh yeah, they're selling it.
Okay.
It's a like you know how like something happens and it's like
Oh,
and
so
then
there's
they breathe and stuff.
Yeah, there's space between. Okay.
Yeah, and then they go. Yeah, it's not just like one thing after the other.
Right.
Yeah. Where was I? Boom. Okay, Hangman clotheslines Matt.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, so Hangman does a clothesline on Matt, and then the table that Kenny Omega jumped off of to V trigger Jeff Hardy.
Right.
He picked him up, put him back on that table, and did a one-winged angel on that table. And under that table is a trash
Standing
can.
on it?
Yeah, standing on the table.
Jesus.
He did the one-winged angel.
Right.
And under the table is the trash can that Matt hit Hangman Page with
Ooh, okay.
moments before that.
Mhm.
And then boom, Kenny and Hangman win.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's solid.
Yeah.
So,
Fun stuff.
okay. I
match.
don't know about you, but for the rest of my matches except for the main event, I have a lot less written than the
Really?
first one.
Okay.
But I have a finish for each one. Let me just say, for my second match,
Okay.
we get a special guest ring announcer, right?
Yeah.
And it's Sunny from 1997 because you need to have Sunny on the card somewhere, you know.
Of course.
And my next match, this is a match that I wish had been able to happen at some point, but for obvious reasons, never got to.
Never got to.
Daniel Bryan versus Chris Benoit.
Oh.
So these are two guys who basically are like identical wrestlers, right? Except that Bryan
yeah.
can cut a promo.
And Bryan didn't kill his family. I don't think so.
Not yet.
And I think he's alive, right?
Uh,
Not yet.
The original Daniel Bryan with the long hair and the beard is dead.
Oh, so that Bryan killed himself.
I think it's like the two Warriors idea. You know how there were two Ultimate Warriors back in the day? I think there's two Daniel Bryans, and when the Fiend brought Daniel Bryan down into the hole and ripped his hair off, that gave Daniel Bryan some sort of roid rage, made his brain somewhat similar to an 82-year-old Alzheimer's patient, let's say.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure that Daniel Bryan went home and ended up, I don't know how to say it.
Yeah.
Ended up carrying out his duty as a headbutting wrestler.
Right.
But there is still a Daniel Bryan who's active right now. This is not that Daniel Bryan. This is Daniel Bryan, let's say 2014.
What about Bryan Danielson? Whatever happened to that guy?
Oh, fuck, I don't know. He's probably like down in an orphanage with El Generico, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So Daniel Bryan and Chris Benoit have a match, and they're very similar wrestlers. They have similar finishers and everything like that, right?
Okay.
They just beat the shit out of each other. They have this technical classic, right?
Yeah.
The finish, though, is where it gets interesting. Both guys, they're all beat up. Benoit goes to the top.
Okay.
And he goes for the diving headbutt.
Okay.
Bryan catches him in the diving headbutt. He catches him, puts him in the yes lock.
Okay. Oh, nice.
So, they've done that spot before, basically.
Yeah.
But it's like he catches him in the yes lock, and then Benoit, the way that he is. By the way, yes, I included a spot where Benoit lands on his head in the match.
Wow.
I'm not proud of it, but it had to happen for the finish.
Had to happen.
So he catches him in the yes lock, and then you know how Benoit will like fire up sometimes, right? He's very intense, so he'll get a second win.
He's very intense. Yeah.
He's very like, for example, Saturday he had his first wind, and killed his wife. Then Sunday he got his second wind and killed his son, right?
Yeah.
And one could even say he got a third wind and killed himself. But Chris Benoit, he fires up again. He's like, no, I'm not going to tap out. So he reaches up through Bryan's arms and hooks the crippler crossface on him.
Ooh,
while he has the yes lock on him.
Okay, nice.
So they basically both have their hands around each other's faces.
I see.
At the same time. Okay. And they're both in it, and the referee's like, oh, you want to submit? He doesn't know who to ask to submit. And they both pass out, and it's a draw.
Oh, it's a draw.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Nobody can. I don't think I've ever seen a double submission draw.
I don't think so.
I feel like that would be interesting. Especially since they have the same finisher. So
yeah, they should do it.
That's how it. They should totally do that match right now.
Yeah, they really should.
I don't know why they wouldn't. It's weird.
That was pretty great.
Thank you.
Now my next match is Will Ospreay, right, versus Rob Van Dam.
Oh, I like that a lot. Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
Van Dam.
Damn, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's in a no DQ match, right?
I'm sure all of them are, right?
Yeah.
Are they actually?
You'll see.
Okay.
Now, actually, this one I was gonna put as a singles regular match, but I was like, nah, making this no DQ. But this isn't the type of match where it's extreme rules are going crazy with weapons. It's a no DQ match where they fight more outside,
right?
And maybe one chair's involved.
It's like no holds barred or something, like in the video games. It's like less weapons. Yeah, that
type of deal. So, Rob Van Dam throws the chair to Will Ospreay, like he's gonna do the throwing chair kick thing, right?
Van Daminator, yes.
Yeah, there you go.
I thought you were a Rob Van Dam fan.
Yeah. My mind broke for a second. So Rob Van Dam throws a chair, right? Now Will catches it and jumps in the air and throws the chair right back at him.
Okay,
right?
while he's jumping. Okay, gotcha.
So Rob Van Dam throws it. RVD jumps for the kick, and they jump at the same time. Will Ospreay throws it.
Yeah.
And it catches Rob, and he's like, whoa, and he's kind of falling down with his leg out. Will Ospreay takes the leg and puts it in the leg lock.
Okay, right.
Yeah. And then boom, that happens. Then RVD reverses the leg lock. He's on the floor. Oh my god. He takes the chair that he got hit in the face with and hits Will Ospreay with it. Mm-hmm. Right? To get out of the leg lock.
Yeah.
And then as that happens, right? Will Ospreay's down. Rob Van Dam does a rolling thunder. So the double roll.
Right.
Boom, boom, right? And he does it to Ospreay's back because Ospreay got hit with the chair. He's like, oh my god. And then, he's turned over on his back. Mm. Now, RVD goes for a frog splash, right?
Oh, by the way, can I just interrupt and say, why is it that... Deathmatch Wrestle, by the way, in the chat says the whole effing show. And by the way, that's where we got this idea, a different whole effing show, but for the dream card. But why is it that whenever somebody hits like a splash or like something like that on their back when they're on their stomach, why is it that always seems like it hurts more?
Oh, it has to hurt more.
But why though? It's the same thing.
No way. No, taking it to the back is way more like hurtful. Like your spine's there and shit.
Right, but you're still, if you're lying flat, you're hitting them on the flat part of their body, no matter what. So you'll either knock the wind out of them, or maybe like break some ribs. Either way,
it can mess with your spine. Like, look, think about getting kicked. Okay, think about getting like a front kick to the gut, and you clench your stomach. It's not that bad. But a kick to the back of the spine, like the lower back of the spine, that's gonna hurt. Like you're gonna feel that.
But that's a strike because there's no resistance. There's like when you get hit in the back, you have air in front of you, you know. But if you, even if you're like lying down, and if you get like stomped on the back, that could probably hurt more because you're hitting a specific spot. But when you do a splash, you're spreading across their entire body. So when you land, I don't see how that hurts more.
No, that definitely hurts more. I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
Fair enough.
But I'm sure it has to hurt more.
It must because they pretend that it does.
Like thinking about me taking it.
I would love to
it hurt much more on my back. Well, okay, look. So boom. To recap now, Rob Van Dam throws a chair for his chair kick.
Yeah.
His Van Daminator.
He catches the leg lock.
At the same time, yeah, Will Ospreay throws a chair, catches a leg lock. He's in the leg lock. RVD's like, oh my god. He takes the chair he got hit with, hits Ospreay with it, and then he's out. He's on his back. Rob Van Dam goes for a splash, right?
Right.
And then I don't know how possible this would be, but knowing Will Ospreay, I think it could happen. Okay. So Ospreay's laying on his back. Rob Van Dam goes for the frog splash. He does it, boom, boom. Ospreay catches him and turns it into a monkey flip.
What the fuck?
So yeah,
wow, monkey flip or a Spanish fly?
No, a monkey flip. He catches him.
That seems even less likely.
No, think about it. Think about it. When you're doing a monkey flip, you're like the person's facing you. Boom.
Right.
So Will Ospreay does it in a safer way where the way that he lands, like when Rob Van Dam lands, he kind of catches him and breaks the fall and goes right into the monkey flip.
Uses the momentum. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Sure.
So he reverses it, goes into the monkey flip, and Rob Van Dam is like, oh my god, what just happened? And while Rob Van Dam is facing the left side of the ring,
I see where this is going.
Ospreay is going for the Oz Cutter, boom, on the right side. And right as Rob Van Dam turns around, boom, Oz Cutter, Ospreay wins.
Nice. I like that. So I've got my next match too. My third match is another match that has a lot of these weird counters. Okay, I set this match up because like these two guys. First of all, they've only like fought I think once and not really in a major setting. But also they have done similar gimmicks. I'm talking about Seth Rollins with his current gimmick, the Monday Night Messiah, against the straight edge savior CM Punk.
Oh, yeah, that would have been good.
Although, actually, I think I would go with 2012 CM Punk. I think that's when he was at his peak. So not with the beard. But the storyline, very easy. All you have to say, I mean, honestly, there's probably a chance it could happen now within next year. CM Punk could totally return and have this feud. But the feud would be, it's built in. All you have to do is have him come out and say, you copied my gimmick. You know, I was the savior or whatever before you, and you're just trying to ride on my coattails. You look exactly like me, you know. It's a very CM Punk situation. Yeah. So this is how this match goes down. They have, you know, this crazy counter-heavy match. They have this awesome match. And then so at the end, when they're both beaten up, Punk, he goes for his enziguri, right? He goes for the big kick.
Right.
And Rollins ducks underneath, and he pulls out from behind with Punk facing away, pulls out his legs, drops him.
Okay.
Then he bounces off the ropes, goes for the curb stomp because he's down in that position.
Yeah.
But Punk stands straight up, doing the Orton spot from WrestleMania 31.
Doing that. Yeah, I see. Okay.
Shoots Seth up in the air, right?
Okay.
And then catches him on his shoulders and hits him with the GTS.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, nice. I like that.
That's I mean, honestly, if it were to happen in real life, this match, Rollins would probably win. But I needed that spot to have. And that's true of my next match that I'm going to say, too, is, like, there's probably a person I would have win, but that's not the person who I made win in this match because the counter was just so good I needed it, you know?
Right, yeah.
So he hits him with the Orton spot, GTS, and...
Night.
Yeah. Night, exactly.
Night.
Go the fuck to sleep.
Beautiful. No, that was pretty cool. I like that.
Cool. So,
now,
your semi-main event.
Yeah. I think I'm going to make this the semi-main event. just because of how cool it would be, and it'd be like going into this match, realizing that there's still a match after it
Yeah.
would like make you happy. So it's like that. So it's Shawn Michaels, right?
Mhm.
Now I would go with around 97 Shawn, right?
Yeah.
97 Shawn versus freaking Tyler Breeze.
Oh my
No,
god.
I had to.
Of course.
No, I had to
of
put it
course.
in there. In a 3 Stages of Hell match.
Jesus.
It's so funny. We both had the same idea with the 3
course.
Stages of Hell. Now, the first stage is a submission match.
Okay, I like it.
The second
Although, what's Tyler Breeze's
stage-
submission?
Well, what's either of their submission? Well, you'll see.
Shawn
You'll
uses the sharpshooter.
True, but you'll see. We'll see what happens. So it's a submission match. I don't know. Let's say Tyler Breeze started using a new submission. I don't know. He did something new. He did something different. Now he's like the best wrestler in the world, and it's for the world title. I don't
You've
know.
always thought that was the case anyway.
I mean, he is. Yeah. Okay. So first stage is submission. Second stage is Hell in a Cell.
Okay, that's only the
And then-
second one? Wow.
Yeah, and I made it the second one because I was like, you know what? Let's make it real crazy and make the second one a freaking Hell in a Cell.
Right.
So it's guaranteed. And then the third stage is a tables match. Now,
What?
yeah, a tables match. Yeah.
Okay, a tables match? Alright.
Yeah. Okay, so the submission match, it was quite simple. It's just Shawn goes for the sweet chin music, Tyler Breeze reverses it, Tyler goes for the beauty shot, Shawn reverses it and catches him while he's doing the beauty shot to put him into a rear naked choke. And it happens, and it's like they like as Tyler's doing it, they turn as he's catching him, and then he's like, oh my god, he's caught, and then like
Oh,
boom.
damn, okay, I like that. Oh, so he catches him by like having him land on him and then has him in the choke.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's pretty beautiful.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool. Okay, and then it is the Hell in a Cell match. Now, are you ready for this?
Yeah, I'm ready.
What is the move called when someone's running? And like
When someone's running, it's called running.
no, it's like this.
Well, the podcast can't see it. Describe it.
Oh yeah. Well, go on YouTube and see it. So,
Okay,
like, it's
but they
like-
have to, or whatever.
It's fine. Like you're going like this, right? And then you throw them over like that.
So,
is
okay.
that?
Oh, a backdrop.
Backdrop. There we go. I should know this.
You really should.
I remember I was wrestling one time and like someone was saying a move to do, and I was like, oh, I don't know what that move is. And then they got so mad at me. They were like, oh, do you even watch wrestling? And they were like crying about it. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, my bad. Jesus Christ. I told them I didn't. Okay, so boom. Hell in a Cell. So HBK does that to Tyler Breeze, the backdrop. Boom.
Right. Best move, yeah.
Yeah. And then Tyler holds on. So it's the type of cage where it breaks and then the door swings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Tyler does that, but hangs on to the cage, so
Oh,
he
shit.
doesn't fall to the ground.
Right.
And then Shawn doesn't know because his back is still towards him. And then he pulled Shawn. Boom. Right. His
How does he
face
hold
is-
on to the cage, though?
No, you know how the cage is like what is it called? Like the things
swing,
of the cage.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But
like he gets dropped on his back, right?
But he does a complete spin, like a 450, and holds on.
No, not at all. He gets dropped on his back, but he's like this. Oh, you can't see me.
Oh, he's
like
backwards.
this.
He's
So he holds on like this.
So it's a
and then it
reverse backdrop?
swings. No. It's a look. Oh my god, how do I explain this? Okay, look.
So he goes
He
over.
gets he gets backdropped, right?
Yeah.
Let's say this is the cage. He gets backdropped. Boom. Now, this is the cage that's gonna swing like that, right?
Right. Okay.
Okay,
So
so-
the door comes
so
in.
He gets backdropped, right? Boom. But as he gets backdropped, he holds on like this. So he's hanging off the cage, off the swinging cage like this.
That sounds like something that needs so much rehearsal. But
Well,
if it,
I mean, it's wrestling. It's fake.
Sure.
They rehearse a lot.
it's
No,
not.
Let me stop.
It's not fake.
No,
it's just if you.
What is it? No. Look, it's possible.
Yeah, it's
to get
possible.
thrown-
It's very difficult.
And hold it like this, like he's knowing what's about to happen. So before he even like lands, he's having his arms out so that he can grip onto that cage. And then when it swings, he swings with it.
Right. He swings. It would be very easy to tear a shoulder like that.
Well, it's a dream card, damn it.
Fair enough. Okay,
So he
I'd like to
does
see
that.
it. I'd like to see it.
So he does that, right?
Yeah.
And he's holding on to the cage. Boom, he takes Shawn and yanks him, and his face hits the edge of the cage.
Okay.
He falls down, right? He falls down, he's on his back. Now, Tyler Breeze takes the cage, right? That's swinging. He goes to, like, the bottom part of it. and he swings. He does a shooting star press.
What?
Boom, right
That's
right
sick.
onto Sean.
Oh, like
1, 2, 3.
Lindsay Dorado in the chamber, right?
Yeah, like that
Yeah.
type of deal. Exactly like that. Yeah. And then Tyler wins that. And
Oh
then
my God! Of course he does.
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck's sake.
And then the third stage is a tables match.
Oh, I forgot that it was a 3 stages. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So, okay, listen to this. So Tyler Irish whips Sean, and Sean does the flare bump, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, as he's recovering from that, Tyler takes a table, and he has a table like this, right?
Oh my God! I know where this is going.
Yeah.
Jesus
He's walking,
Christ.
and then Sean super kicks him, boom, right, like where his face is on the table, but his foot goes to the freaking table. So the piece of the table. Now we're saying, well, now this is wrestling, so it could have been cut out. You know how.
Right.
It is.
Right. No. This could happen.
Yeah. So boom, super kick through the table, and the piece of the table and his foot hits Tyler Breeze, right?
And the table
And,
breaks.
Well, the piece of the table, like that one piece of the like, you remember when what's his name? What's his freaking name? Was it Brock Lesnar or Rampage? No, it was Rampage. Remember how on the Ultimate Fighter he got really mad and broke that door? And you saw when he kicked the door, his foot went through the door.
Right. So it cuts a hole basically in the.
Yeah, right through the door.
Yeah.
Right through the table. Right through
Sure.
the table. Yeah. So it's like that. Boom, super kicks his face, and his foot goes through the table. Okay, where was I?
Wouldn't that be the end of the match?
No. Actually, it's not, because it wouldn't really count as anything, because it's because his foot just went through the table.
But the table's broken technically.
Yeah, but nah, it doesn't count.
All right, fine. It's your
There's
dream
been
card,
other
whatever.
there's been other circumstances where the table's been broken, but it didn't count. I
Well,
can't recall, but I remember it happened.
The one that I remember is Big
And
Show
who would
versus
that-
Cody Rhodes,
Right.
where Big Show just stepped off the apron and went through the table. But that counted as a win.
Oh.
Cody Rhodes won that match
Oh, it
because he
did?
stepped through the table.
No, I've seen other matches where like certain things didn't count.
Okay.
I can't remember which ones, but I know it happened. But who would even win that? Who would even win that?
Who would win what? By the way, my
If-
doorbell
if-
did in fact just ring.
Yeah. What if it's your mic?
It's
No, I'm
not
saying
my mic.
who-
It's not my mic.
I'm saying who the hell would win that then? Would Sean lose for putting his foot through the table, or would Tyler lose because
Sean would
his foot
lose.
got
Yeah,
kicked?
Sean would lose
No, it can't count like that.
because
That's
he went
stupid.
through it. Tyler
No,
didn't go
that's
through
what-
it.
No, fuck that.
All right. Well,
That's trash. No,
That
I'm
would
telling
be-
you, there's been other circumstances where something like that has happened and it didn't count.
probably.
I'm
But
telling
see,
you, I'm gonna
that's what I
find
was
it.
gonna say. I was gonna say that's the most convoluted and like bullshit finish. If that was the end of the match, I was gonna say
If
you
Sean
build up a
screws
3
Sean.
stages of hell match, and then that's how it ends.
Yeah, that's how it ends.
Yeah.
I'm not horrible. I'm not a horrible.
I was about to be
like-
pissed. I was about to say I'm
Booker.
canceling the Phil WE network.
Oh my god. No, so that happens, right? And now Tyler's down. He's like, "Oh my god, I don't even know what just happened." Boom. Shawn Michaels gets another table, sets it down, puts Tyler on top of the table, and Shawn Michaels gets an elbow pad, puts it on, lights it on fire like
Oh,
schlack,
shit. Yeah.
and does that elbow drop, boom, right through the table, and Shawn Michaels wins.
At least Shawn Michaels won. Fine.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah. That was great.
See, I like that. It was a very convoluted match,
Yeah.
but I liked it.
And of course, the commentators are gonna say, "Wait, did Shawn Michaels lose?" And it's gonna be that type of thing, but like, it's not. It's not gonna count.
So it's going to carry on maybe to the next pay-per-view and they have another match. Because
Possibly.
like Shawn, or Tyler could have said, "No, I beat him because his foot went through the table." Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Cool. So okay, my fourth match. I wrote a brief.
Co-main event.
Yeah, co-main event. I wrote a brief finish for this, but I'm adding more to it. I'm going to add more to
Okay,
it because
okay.
I feel like there's more I could add to it. I'm just doing this on the fly. So this match is going to be Undertaker. I'm
Okay.
going to say about like 2010, like his prime. Best
Okay.
Undertaker.
Was that his prime 2010?
Oh yeah, no, easily.
I mean, he was amazing.
I think
but
from
was it his prime?
2008 or so until like 2012 is his prime.
Don't get me wrong, I love that Undertaker so much. Like, that's my childhood.
Yeah.
But was that?
Well, I mean, if you think he had less matches at the time, like he only fought at WrestleMania, but all of those matches were great.
No,
were,
in
like, matches of the
08, 09,
year.
he was on SmackDown and stuff.
Occasionally, but usually he only had one match usually.
Dude, remember Hell in a Cell 2009, CM Punk versus Undertaker? That was a really cool match.
That was towards the end of his full-time career, right? Like his
Yeah.
when he had the Shawn Michaels match, that was like his last full-time match, and then after that, very sporadic.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, so I think that was his prime though, from about 2008 to I would say 12,
Yeah.
or maybe even 13 because he fought CM Punk in a great match too. But
True.
They so Undertaker, best Undertaker, against John Moxley or Dean Ambrose.
Ooh. Nice.
I guess I'm gonna go with Dean Ambrose because it's WWE, right? Or WWE Undertaker, so it gotta be.
Nah, go with John Moxley.
Well,
Can't
it could be either one, but whatever. I think, all right, fine. John Moxley. So,
Yeah.
what happens here is they're fighting for a little while. Moxley maybe he has more of an advantage early on in the match because he's younger or whatever, and it's no holds barred too, so they can hit each other with some weapons. And at one point, Moxley, so Undertaker brought Paul Bearer's urn with the ashes in it to ringside, right? He must have like scrounged him up from the floor when CM Punk dumped it on the ground.
Yeah.
And he brings it out with him, and Moxley, he grabs the urn, right?
Yeah.
And he goes over to he takes the thing off the announce table, that little part that breaks, the little top part.
Yeah.
And he sets it up, and he takes the urn, and he hits a Dirty Deeds through the thing on the urn.
Oh, wow.
And the ashes spray everywhere. He's got ashes all over him.
Oh, my God. That's crazy.
That's some heat.
I would pop.
Yeah, that is some legit heat. So then Undertaker hears that happen and hears the crowd, or maybe he sees it out of the corner of his eye, and he's knocked out in the ring, but he sits up. And he's like, "You are dead now." And he goes over and he beats the shit out of him, throws Moxley around, maybe puts him through the announce table or something. They're beating the shit out of each other. And Undertaker is about to finish Moxley off. He has him in a tombstone position. Okay. And then and then the Shield comes out. And they're at the entrance ramp. They come out through I guess they come out through the crowd, don't they? Whatever. Doesn't matter. They come through the crowd. And the crowd goes apeshit because let's pretend this is Moxley. He's been in AEW already and he came back to WWE or something. And the Shield hasn't seen each other in years. They haven't interacted. Okay. So they come back and it's like, whoa, and they're wearing their full Shield attire. And Moxley, you can see him looking from between Undertaker's legs. He looks up and he's like, what? Why are they here? and then Undertaker's distracted, so he drops Moxley. And he turns around and he's like, oh, you guys come in here, I'll beat you guys up too. And then Moxley, low blow.
Oh.
And he rolls him through and goes for the pin. 1, 2, and then he kicks out. And then the Shield is like, oh, okay, we've had enough of this. And they come up to get on the apron, and they're telling Moxley, okay, this is what you got, here's your plan, this is what you got to do. And then during this time, Undertaker's able to get up again, and he runs into Moxley, knocking the Roman and Seth off the apron to the ground. He bangs into him. And I'm making this up all off the top of my head, by the way.
Right.
So I haven't gotten to the part that I wrote down. So he knocks them all down.
Oh, you haven't? Oh my God.
No, I haven't. Maybe there's a table at ringside too, so Roman and Seth go through a table.
Yeah, there always has to be a table.
Yeah, and also Seth is beat up because he had a match with CM Punk earlier. Yeah. Right before this, actually. And he lost. So he maybe has bandages wrapped around his head because he got kneed in the face. So so he knocks them all down through the table. Moxley turns around and he's like, "Oh, you didn't do that." And then and he since he knocked him down. Oh, okay. Here's what happens. He knocks him down since he runs into him. They're against the ropes, right? Yeah. Moxley twists around while he's doing that, bounces back in the ropes, and hits the lunatic clothesline.
Ooh.
I forget what he calls that. Isn't there a name for it?
Nice.
I remember.
The clothesline.
The clothesline. You know what I'm talking about, the one where he beats back. So, he hits him, turns around.
I haven't seen that in a while.
Yeah, he hasn't done it in AEW.
I always thought that was pretty cool.
He really should bring that back. But, he hits that, and then both guys are down. And Ambrose reaches over and covers Undertaker. 1, 2, kick out. And then and Ambrose grabs a sledgehammer or a bat or something, some weapon, right? And he has it right above his head, and he's like, I'm going to finish him off, and then fire shoots out of the turnbuckles. And then you hear, dun, 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 and Kane comes out.
It's Kane.
It's got to be Kane.
It's got to be Kane.
Kane comes down the ramp. I'm still making this up off the top of my head, by the way. Kane comes down the ramp. And he gets up on the apron, right? Yeah. And grabs, and by the way, let's just say, okay, so first, before he gets on the apron, he grabs another table and sets it up on the ramp side of the ring.
Right. Okay.
And he gets up on the apron next to the table, which, by the way, stupid idea. But he grabs Moxley by the throat. He's going to choke slam him through the table on the outside. Okay. He grabs him, and then out of nowhere, Roman and Seth get up. And they grab him. They grab him around his legs while he's on the apron. right?
Oh, yeah.
Boom, double Shield powerbomb through the table on the outside.
Nice.
And then the Shield slide in the ring, and they're all about to just beat the shit out of Undertaker. Undertaker goes, he sees Kane on the outside, he sees the ashes of Paul Bearer all over the floor, and he goes ape shit. Boom, boom, diving clothesline, all this shit. He's beating the shit out of all of them.
Diving clothesline.
Yeah, diving clothesline.
Nice.
He has to. He takes out Roman and Seth. He basically just beats the shit out of him and throws them out. And
Right.
And then it's just Moxley and Undertaker in the ring. They're both standing. They're both like, all right, this is it. And they both do the hockey fight thing. They both just punch each other, beating the shit out of each other. And then and as they both start to like fall, so both start to fall down exhausted, Undertaker does the hand across his throat, picks him up, tombstones Mox. 1, 2, he kicks out. What?
Oh my God.
Holy shit. Match of the year. Match of the century. And then Undertaker's like, okay, you know what?
Greatest match ever.
Yeah, this is it. He's like, this is it. I gotta finish him. So I'm pretty sure he's like, I'm pretty sure, he's already knocked out. I can pretty much just do whatever I want. So he hits the snake eyes in the corner, right? And then he climbs up the corner, grabs Mox's arm, and goes old school, right? Walks along the ropes.
Yeah.
And as he's about to do the old school, he's about to jump off.
Yeah.
And as he's doing that, Mox grabs his hand, pulls him off, and as he's falling off, grabs him around the head and hits the paradigm shift.
Oh God, that would be crazy.
Yeah, so he pulls him
man.
into it. And then bam, covers him. 1, 2, 3.
Damn, that would be I wish I could see that in real life.
The only thing that I made
God.
up that I had written down previously was the old school into the paradigm shift. Everything else I just made up off the top of my head. So,
Okay.
pretty legit.
Nice.
But just
I
saying,
like
I should be a booker. Hire me, somebody.
I should be a booker. You got to hear my main event.
Oh, okay. Well, go right ahead. Give me the main event. I don't
my
think it's
main
going to top
event
mine,
is-
though.
Oh, my main event is going to top yours. You're probably not going to like it, but
It's Young Bucks, isn't it?
I'm telling you, it's going to top it. It's the greatest main event
Is it the Young Bucks?
ever. You'll see.
Okay.
So it's Private Party
What?
versus Eminem
Okay, all right.
versus the Young Bucks
What
and
the-
a triple threat TLC match.
That's your main event, though.
That's my main event.
All right,
yeah,
all right.
that's my main event,
All right.
Jack. That's my main event. Now,
It's all right. Fine.
what? It's what?
It's not as good as mine.
It really is.
It's really not.
You're saying it because you don't like the Young Bucks.
Right, and I also think that Private Party and Eminem have never been main eventers.
Okay. Whatever you say, Jack.
I'm just saying.
Go listen to Creed, damn it. Now, let me tell you my main event. Okay. So now, wait, let me look at this back so I have everything correct. Okay.
By the way, Sebi in the chat, I see that you're still listening along. I gotta know. Do you think that this main event of Phil's is complete bullshit, or do you think that, he's justified in putting Private Party, Young Bucks? Yes, thank you. There we go. I was about to say. He says this isn't a main event match, especially on a
Sebi,
dream card, so
what's
fuck
your
you.
Main event match? What's your main event match?
It's,
Sebi, let me hear it.
His main event match is Kiss versus Striper.
Yeah. Shut up, Sebi. It's Creed versus Kiss.
No, he doesn't like
All
Creed.
right.
I like Creed.
No, but he'll have Kiss win.
That's a good point. That's a good squash
Okay,
match.
so
Yeah.
yeah, squash match.
So what
Okay,
happens
so-
in this match?
Okay, so it is okay, so look, imagine this.
Okay.
There's 8 tables outside the ring.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Stacked?
Stacked.
Like 8 on
Two-
top of each other, or 4 and 4?
No.
Or
It's
two,
2 and
two,
2.
two?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, yeah, 2 to 2. Yeah, like that.
Okay.
Okay. So, Eminem's on the side where there are freaking tables. It could go like that. Okay, look. Eminem, Young Bucks push Eminem right to the tables.
Yeah.
And at the same time, Private Party realized that the Young Bucks were pushing Eminem, so Private Party jumped down simultaneously just to get super kicked. And so it's a double super kick and them going through 8 tables at the same time. And the best angle that they keep replaying is the angle from the very top. You know, that bird's eye view angle?
Right, yeah.
So they keep replaying that during the match. The 8 tables, double super kick. It's absolutely insane,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Now they go through the 8 tables, and then boom. Okay, so Nick, right?
Yeah.
Nick is like, okay, everyone's down. So he guards the ring. He plays the guard while Matt climbs up to the top of the ladder, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now, Private Party comes in and he like sends him out. And then, let's say Isaiah Cassidy comes in and he sends him out. Then like, freaking Jamie Noble comes in and he pushes him out.
Joey Mercury.
Ah, fucking yeah, Jamie Mercury. I'm retarded.
It's not Eminem.
Okay. Yeah. So he pushes him out, right? And then it gets to a point where they all just end up going in the ring, and there's nothing that can be done. So Matt Jackson gets pushed into the debris of the 8 tables.
Yeah.
So that just like, and he's gone because like his back, you know. And mind you, he took a while to climb up the ladder because of his back problems. So then him getting pushed into the debris of the 8 table didn't help at all. And then Nick Jackson just gets completely jumped, right?
Good.
And then shut up. And then what the hell? You're distracting me. I hate you.
I'm distracting you. You've got this shit on your in your notebook in front of you.
Yeah, but I like clammed up.
Seven in the
Hiroshi
chat says
Tanahashi
Hiroshi
versus Walter.
Tanahashi versus Walter, and I love
Yo, what a
that.
shitty match.
No, come on. You wouldn't want to see that?
Oh boy, yeah, I want to see Walter do another chop. Yeah.
Oh, fuck you.
Let's see it.
I want to see Young Bucks do another fucking super kick.
All right, awesome.
I don't,
and what
by the way.
that's one of their
second.
20 moves that they do. What does
It was
Walter
one of
do?
5 moves.
Name me 6 Walter moves right now.
6 Walter moves. Chop, powerbomb, frog splash, fucking drop kick.
You're looking
I've
at the
seen him drop
default.
kicks.
You're looking at the freaking default moveset for like a WWE 2K character.
Fine, but
Here's
he's a huge
naming-
guy. That's the point. He can do a drop kick and a frog splash, and he's a huge guy.
Good for him. So can Keith Lee.
He does the fucking angle slam. He does that.
So can Luchasaurus.
Yeah, fine. Okay, I like them all equally, pretty much.
Walter sucks.
Oh, God.
So does Tanahashi. He's old. He's washed up. I hate him.
I don't understand. I really don't understand
Anyway.
your perspective.
No, for the record, I like both of them. But Sebi just absolutely sucks. So you know,
So that was a
I want
fake
to bury
argument.
him.
Okay.
I want to bury. I mean, all Walter does really is a chop, but I like the chop. So, you know how it is.
So
Okay.
get to this finish. Let's see what's happening.
Okay. Okay. So now there's 2 ladders, right?
Mhm.
Set up from the barricade to the ring. And now, how was I doing this? So it's Eminem. So it's Eminem and Private Party on the ladders, right? And then something happens. They go at it, and then Private Party, they drop down, and then they push Eminem into the 2 ladders. But under the 2 ladders are ring steps. Now the only reason I included this was because I thought of the
Damien
freaking match
Priest.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, dude, I never really remember people using the bottom of the ring steps like that. Like I know what's happened before, but it's just like it's kind of a rare thing. So you know
Cena
what?
and Lesnar, remember that?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's ring steps under the ladder. So like as the ladder breaks and boom, it's just the freaking bare ring steps and it's brutal. And
Jesus
Eminem goes to the
Christ.
table and then Private Party wins, and
Private
we are
Party
all
wins.
happy.
I'm glad the Young Bucks didn't win, but I like.
Well,
Okay.
Matt Jackson, his back problems, like screwed him over.
The one little bit of selling they've done over the years, you're going to use that.
Dude, they
Your match.
one little bit of selling. What do you
Yep.
mean? They always sell.
Please.
You don't even know what wrestling is, Jack.
Look, okay, I'm gonna say
They
this
don't
right off the
sell.
bat.
How do they not sell?
We've talked about-
give me prime examples of the Young Bucks not selling.
We've talked about the Young Bucks,
You can't.
about how I dislike them and how you love them since the beginning of the show, right? Probably since the first episode. And we've talked about how we're going to have a debate about this one of these days. And I will say I almost decided to cancel the debate because I've been liking what the Young
Because
Bucks
you
are
have-
doing recently, right? I've been
Okay.
liking them since like probably in 2020, right? There's stuff
Okay.
in 2020 I like so far.
Okay.
But
So you
before
become
that, I
smart.
don't. But you know, I like them. I like them right now. Fine.
Okay.
Perfectly fine. But I now
Okay.
because of how you are so unwavering in your position, I think we're still going to have this debate in the future. But not now. We have to get to my main event.
No, you know what? You saying that you like them? You just said I like the Young Bucks, Phil.
I said they're fine. I
And
said I
I'm
like their
happy.
current work.
Current work. Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right. My main event is
Okay.
also a tag team match, actually. But it's an Iron Man tornado tag. Okay. I assume
Okay.
it's an hour long.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, people
and-
want to sit through that.
No, you do, because look who's in it.
After
alright?
a 3 stages of hell match, you're gonna have an hour-long Iron match. Yeah.
Yes. And
Good one, Booker.
you had a 3 stages of hell match and a TLC match and a death match. And
It wasn't an hour long.
Well, it probably was.
Your
about
pay-per-view
as
is
long
going to
as
run
my
like
card.
5 hours and a half.
That's fine with me. These are all
People are just
awesome
going to
matches.
tune out. People aren't even going to see the main event.
By the way,
People are going to be like, "Oh man, it's an hour. Oh, I'm going to go home.
Undertaker versus
I'm going to go watch UFC." That's what people are saying right now.
Undertaker versus Moxley. By the way, that went 36 minutes and 54 seconds. So.
Oh man.
And so okay. Main event. Johnny Gargano and Shawn Michaels. Okay.
Oh yeah. What main event?
Against, can you guess?
Against who?
Against Tommaso Ciampa and Triple H.
Okay.
Because
Interesting.
I've said before, my favorite two feuds of all time are Gargano versus Ciampa and Triple H versus Shawn Michaels. So
Okay, yeah.
And they're similar feuds because they're feuds of a tag team breaking up and beating
So
the shit
you
out of
see
each other.
how your favorite you included stuff that's your favorite, like your favorite feuds and whatnot in your main event, just like how I included something that would be my favorite in my main event.
But here's the thing.
So everyone can suck my dick because my fucking main event is awesome. And it's my dream card. It's not yours.
That
So,
match.
Sebby, you should die. Jack, I hate you. You know what? I don't hate you, Jack. You said you like the Young Bucks today. So I'm just gonna let it go. I'm just gonna let it all go.
Yeah, you better.
And I'm just gonna let you say your main event.
My main event.
Go ahead.
My main event. Okay.
Yes.
My main event
I'm
is
actually really curious. So I want to hear this.
Okay. It's shut
I
up.
want to hear this main event.
Shut up. My main event is the Iron Man match, but between these two teams that I said, right? Similar feuds they've had against each other, and so they're teaming up. And also one thing I've noticed too is they're similar wrestlers on each side. Like Ciampa and Triple H, they both use variations of a pedigree, right? Ciampa has his fairy tale ending, which is like a pedigree.
Yeah.
And Triple H obviously has the regular pedigree. And so at some point in the match, there's got to be a combination where they both hit those moves at the same time.
Ooh.
And Gargano and...
What if they both look at each other and do each other's moves? Like Ciampa looks at Triple H and then does his move, and then, that would be pretty cool.
And Triple H is the Project Ciampa where he flips him over on the knees.
Yeah.
Love to see that. Tears a couple quads. And this is Triple H from, I would say, 2002.
I was just about to say that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2002.
Prime Triple H.
Awesome. Prime Triple H. Yeah.
Right. And full, when he was feuding with Shawn Michaels, basically, like in 2002, 2003.
Yeah. It's great.
So that's like the peak probably of his athletic ability and the peak of his being an awesome asshole. So it's an Iron Man match, obviously. So it goes about an hour, and then we come down to about a minute or two left, right? And it's a 2-2 score. I would make it like a 1-1 or a 0-0 or something, but I hate when they do that because the 0-0 is just like, oh, it's a match that went an hour,
Okay.
Or like the 1-1, and then it comes down to the very end is like it's just a 2 out of 3 falls. So it's a 2-2. So it's basically the best 3 out of 5 falls at the end.
Nice.
All these guys are bloody and they're beaten up and they're falling apart, right?
Blood. We need it.
Definitely blood.
Yeah.
And Ciampa puts Gargano through the announce table with the fairy tale ending, right? Drops him through the announce table.
Okay, cool.
And now Shawn has to fight off both guys by himself. They're both coming at him. He keeps forearm. He's trying to fight him off. He can't do it. They're finally starting to beat him down, and Shawn Michaels is making his comeback. Ciampa is like, okay, I got this. He goes out of the ring. He gets his crutch that he uses, right? And he's like, this is it. So Triple H is distracting the ref because it's not a no DQ. He comes in. Yeah, he's got his crutch. He's about to hit him, and then Shawn, who's all beaten up, sweet chin music into the crutch into his face.
Ooh, yes.
And then Ciampa, falls through the ropes, falls out of the ring.
Yeah.
Triple H is like, oh fuck, that didn't work. Turns around from distracting the ref. Immediately, sweet chin music hits him. Both guys go down. The timer's running out. We got
oh my god.
We got 10 seconds left, and it's 10, 9, and then he starts to get up. He's like, but he can't. He's not gonna be able to get over to Triple H to make the pin in time.
Yeah.
So he's like, I gotta finish this as soon as I possibly can. So with all his energy, gets up, starts tuning up the band for another sweet chin music. Right. Triple H is getting up. He's on his knees. Shawn's about to kick him, and he's like, I don't know if I can finish this. And then Gargano slides back in the ring, and they hit the DIY finisher. So Shawn's doing the sweet chin music, and Gargano hits him with the super kick to the back of the head. And then Ciampa comes in. Yeah, Ciampa's about to slide in the ring. Shawn Michaels hits him with a baseball slide, and then goes up, and with his last strength, just full on second wind, gets to the top rope, moonsaults Ciampa to take him out, and Gargano pins Triple H.
All that in 10 seconds?
Yeah, the last 10 to 15 seconds.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah,
the moonsault could
Yeah.
happen after the buzzer. But basically, I'm
Yeah.
trying to make it so that the last pinfall coincides with the bell. So it's like 1, 2, 3, ding, ding, ding. You know?
Dude, I've always said they should have done that in Iron Man matches.
Yeah.
Like, how cool would that be? Like, the last 3 seconds.
It's got to be
Ding,
so
ding,
hard
ding.
to time. But
Yeah.
they
Listen, if
I'm
Cody
sure they should.
Garbrandt could knock this dude out right on the buzzer, WWE could do an Iron Man match
Yeah.
with the last 3 seconds being the last 3 count. Just saying.
Absolutely, they totally could.
Vince McMahon should, like, take tips from Cody.
He should also take chips from him, I think.
Chips are
Yeah.
good.
But those are our dream cards. And I'm going to say at the end, Shawn Michaels
Yes.
and Johnny Gargano are celebrating in the ring with confetti, right?
Wait, so read every match in the winner.
Okay, I will, but let me just say the end of my show, it ends with them in the ring, confetti, right?
Okay.
They've finally beaten their greatest rivals. Sonny comes in the ring and celebrates with them. Shawn
Yeah.
Michaels is like, I had an affair with you. They're all celebrating like they would. I guess Candice LeRae comes in too. And Earl Hebner comes in the ring and he's like, oh, and Shawn Michaels like, thank you for helping me screw Brett, and everybody's happy. And Vince comes in and starts making out with Shawn, and it's perfect ending.
Oh,
and that's
beautiful ending.
Everybody celebrates. Shawn's actual wife, who Chris Jericho beat up, comes out, and she's glaring at Sonny from across the ring. It's everything you could want from an ending of a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Everybody's happy,
It's beautiful.
and that's it.
Fairy tale ending.
Yeah, literally, because Ciampa and all that. Yeah. But yeah, so okay, my card was, I'm going to see if I can remember yours too off the top of my head, but my card was Edge and Christian versus Hardy Boyz 3 Stages of Hell, and Edge and Christian won.
Yeah.
Daniel Bryan versus Chris Benoit, which was a draw. They both passed out in each other's submissions.
Okay.
CM Punk versus Seth Rollins with Punk winning.
Okay.
Undertaker versus John Moxley in 36 minutes and 54 seconds.
Okay.
With John Moxley winning. And Iron Man Tornado Tag with Triple H and Tommaso Ciampa versus Johnny Gargano and Shawn Michaels, and Gargano and Shawn win. Now your card. Do you want to just say it, or should I just? I think
I'll just say it. Okay, so kicks off with Nick Mondo versus Minoru Suzuki in a death match.
Yeah.
And Nick Mondo wins. Second match was what was the second match?
You had
it was a Hardy Boyz match, right? Kenny Omega, Hangman.
Kenny Omega, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So second match, Hangman, Kenny Omega versus Hardy Boyz 99, no DQ tornado tag, and Kenny Omega and Hangman win. Then Will Ospreay versus Rob Van Dam in a no DQ match, and Ospreay wins. Then the 3 Stages of Hell match between HBK and Tyler Breeze, and HBK wins.
Right.
And then main event, Eminem, Private Party, Young Bucks, TLC match, and Private Party wins.
Awesome. So, okay, everybody who's in the chat still, and everybody who's listening to this later, if it's 10 years from now, okay, let us know who won, whose card was better, okay?
Yeah.
You can write it right now in the chat, and you can DM us, you can email us, fightgeistwrestling@gmail.com. You can tell us, FightGeistPod on Twitter, FightGeistWrestling on Instagram. Just in some way, let us know who won this.
Yeah.
And I'll tally them.
Even if like in 6 years.
Yeah.
When like I'm main eventing AEW Revolution 6, right? You can have a sign that says Phil's card was better, and I will know what you're talking about.
It's true. Or you could come into the ring with one of those signs that actually has a stop sign inside of it, that says use my sign. And then on the other side it says Jack's card was actually better, and you can whack Phil over the head with it. I prefer that, to be honest. Sebi brings up a good point in the chat. So before we close this episode, what we're gonna say is what are our dream card pay-per-view names? What's the name of the show?
The name of the show.
Mine, I'm gonna say mine is called. Let's see. I'm gonna go. Shit, this is fucking hard. I was trying to make a pun with like.
I know mine.
You're okay. Well, let me just say I was gonna try to make a pun with Rebel Heart and Heartbreak Kid, because. Yeah, like Rebel Heartbreak or something. That sounds like a shitty like 80s rom-com or something.
Rebel Heartbreak.
Yeah, but it works with the main event. I'm gonna say it's called In Your House. Jack is Better.
Okay.
What's yours?
So mine, in between every match, Steel Panther's gonna play, and it's gonna be Steel Panther's Pro Wrestling Extravaganza.
Okay, I like it. And in between every match, Creed is gonna play, and they're going to play. Creed is gonna play Shawn Michaels' theme as he comes out. They're gonna play. They're gonna play the My Time for Triple H when he comes out.
Oh yes.
If you can imagine that. I almost want to try to sing it myself in a Creed style, but I would butcher it so bad. They're gonna sing Gargano's theme. They're gonna sing No One Will Survive, right? For
Nice.
Ciampa. Everybody's main event theme. And they could totally do a kick-ass cover of Edge's theme too when he comes out.
Yeah.
Oh my god, imagine that.
They could.
Okay, but regardless.
Well, Steel Panther's gonna play for Private Parties, and they're gonna play a heavy metal version of Shots.
Oh man, I love that. I love that.
Imagine.
Heavy metal version of Shot. That's so good. But speaking of shots too, this might seem like a strange segue, but I am the segue king. They call me that. I don't just call myself that. That's just who I am. Okay. Basically, we have gotten some new reviews this week. So as we go out, I'd like to read them real quick. Our first one is from AWV495. Okay.
Nice.
The name of the review is Give It a Shot. See, that's where the segue comes in. And he says, listen to the new voices of wrestling. Jack and Phil hold no punches and deliver a great show every week. They are in tune with the independent wrestling scene and give you an honest perspective on the mainstream product. Go ahead, give it a shot.
Give it a shot.
Then we have, and by the way, I'm sure I know who that comes from. So then we also have another review. It's from Columbo214.
Okay.
And I believe this is the host of the Deathmatch Wrestle podcast.
Oh, okay.
We were a guest on that, by the way. We're on episode 316, so Austin style, right? You can go and find that on all platforms. We were guests on that.
Very good time.
Yeah. So he says, awesome wrestling podcast. Jack and Phil are great podcasters, very fun and ambitious. I was privileged enough to be their guest tonight. Oh, because he was supposed to come on tonight. We bumped him for next week. But I had a great time. We had a great time on his show. Looking forward to more conversations with him down the line. Wrestling fans, I highly recommend checking out FightGeist, the alternative wrestling podcast. And so do we. Because if you haven't already followed us on all platforms, if you haven't, subscribed to us on YouTube, if you haven't followed us on Twitch, those are both FightGeist. Oh, well, Twitch is FightGeist Wrestling. If you haven't followed us on Instagram, at FightGeist Wrestling, follow us on Twitter, at FightGeistPod. Shoot us an email, FightGeistWrestling@gmail.com.
Shout out to France. Shout out to our listeners in France. We love you.
Apparently, 50% of our listeners are from France. If you're from France, let us know. Yeah. Because honestly, we don't know who you are, but we love you. So.
Are you a Maurice fan? Let us know.
Are you? Yeah, I know. I love Maurice too. But what the fuck happened to music? Okay. But So anyway, I'm Jack Peterson. I'm Corona Guy. I'm Ajax and Mr. Clean. I'm Kelvin Scarpelli. And, I'm that nasty man. I'm the man of 1,000 strongly worded wrestling opinions. I'm Sonny. And I'm so glad to have another successful episode with the man across the internet.
I'm Phil. I'm Prince Havoc. I'm Mr. Predictions. I'm also Mr. Dream Card now, because mine was way better than Jack's.
Arguable.
But he'll never admit it. Thank you for listening. Good night.
This is the alternative
Goodbye and
wrestling.
good night. Boom.
This is the alternative wrestling podcast. Keep listening.